Alright, so the next piece we're going to talk about is coterminal angles. Okay, so you're talking about if we're starting in a standard position, not supposed to do that. So we start here, and let's say my angle is right here. Well, in a counterclockwise position, I would have this angle measurement. In a clockwise position, I would have this negative angle, but it's at the same spot, right? I could also go around a full time, so like a full revolution, plus a little bit to get right back where I was, right? And I could do that over and over in either a positive or a negative way. But no matter what, when I graph it, it would be the same spot, right? So that's what a coterminal angle is. So what does that look like in an example? So we want to draw 220 degrees. So if we think about, 220 degrees is 180 plus 40 degrees. So, 180 would be just the y-axis there. We want to go about 40 more degrees. So we're somewhere right there. Okay. Well, then, do our arrow there to denote that that's which direction we went to get 220 degrees. If we want to do a coterminal angle, it could be in a positive degree or it could be in a negative degree. And either one would be correct. So to figure that out, we're going to add and subtract 360. Why 360? Because a full circle is 360. So if I wanted to do the negative angle, I'm going to do 220 minus 360. Or I can do 220 plus 360. So those are degrees. That will give me two different coterminal angles. Okay. So if I subtract, I would get a negative 140 degrees. If I were to add, I would get 580 degrees. So all of those are coterminal angles. So 220 degrees, negative 140 degrees, 580 degrees are all coterminal. Okay? Using our knowledge from last time, or your last video, if it's radians, I'm going to add and subtract 2 pi, because 2 pi is equal to 360 degrees. So if you recall, 360 degrees times pi over 180 becomes 360 pi over 180, which sure enough is 2 pi. Okay, now life may be trickier because I know that fractions are not always our friends. So if I had something like pi over 6 and I needed to list coterminal angles and I wanted to add 2 pi and I wanted to subtract 2 pi, so this is added example here. I would have to change 2 pi to be a common denominator with 6. So that would be 12 pi over 6, because that would be 2 pi, right? Or same thing here, 12 pi over 6. Now I can add 1 pi plus 12 pi is 13 pi over 6. 1 pi minus 12 pi is negative 11 pi over 6. So the coterminal angles to pi over 6 would be 13 pi over 6, negative 11 pi over 6. Okay, So you have a little activity to try on your next slide. So go ahead and try that out.